Omen is coming back to the protocol with Agent 25. Based on this voicemail from Cypher,
Brimstone, I found him. Omen is in Edinburgh. Seems he was after a journal of some kind, one that belonged to our dear friends at Hourglass. I have confirmation that there was a disturbance near the library, but we know who won. Wait, hold on. Omen's checking in now. He's met someone he says you'll want to meet. I did always want to go to Scotland.
Yep, this means it's finally that time of the act where the devs start using lore emails and voicemails to drop hints of the next agent, like what Fade says here.
Brimstone, the nightmare brings more visions. I see someone I've never seen before. Bright lights starting around a dim room, silenced gunfire, and hundreds of butterflies. This person, they're in danger. But the danger means nothing to them. Still, I worry. Cypher mentioned Edinburgh, no? I anticipate a connection. We should hurry.
This matches up pretty well with the player card that also teased what the next agent is about. Originally, I thought it was going to be based on a French moth thanks to some comments I saw, but we now know the agent's abilities have something to do with butterflies. Based off of Fade's voicemail though, we can assume their ability has something to do with suppressing gun noise and a possible flash with her mentions of bright lights in a dim area, which already sounds quite like Omen's ability, so I'm sure there's more to them than that. We can also guess that they will be of Scottish origins, and their codename is Smoke Dancer. The only connection I could make with Scotland and smoke dancing was this Scottish country dancing song, and it's considered quite complex. It would be crazy if they had some type of movement or teleportation ability just like Omen 2 because of their codename. However, based on these hints though, I guess it's safe to assume that they will be a controller and possibly challenge some of Omen's role or even complement him in a similar way that Harbor and Viper do. I also want to mention Fade's voicemail to Brim. She doesn't say nightmares with an S, she says the nightmare. Maybe Agent 25 has something to do with this doomsday vision she told Brim way back.
Brimstone, the nightmare came to me with a vision, different from the rest. I saw the walls holding our world together fall apart. I felt the wind go still. I could smell the bitterness of blood and bile. I heard small, uncertain voices crying out, and I could taste the fear. There was so much of it, like the whole planet had fever. So I climbed this tall cliff. It was jagged as bone, stretching up, dizzying. But with broken fingers, I reached the top and saw the end of our time. A silent window, stretching over the ocean, filled with dead faces. And then I woke up. Brimstone, I have seen many things in my line of work, but we must not let this come to pass.
However, I did mention earlier that Omen will be coming back to the protocol. This is because he actually left the team, or as he would put it,
Brimstone, for years the search to understand my own past drove me. I thought I could find peace by knowing who I am, who I was, but no. The truth has only led to more questions, more frustration. I lack focus. I lack clarity. I am no longer an asset to the protocol. I am going to leave for some time. I intend to recover, and I intend to return. I will find my own path along the way. Do not follow me.
And according to this admin email, he meant business and seriously doesn't want anyone following him. But of course, that wouldn't stop Cypher. It's kind of his job to spy on people whether they like it or not. However, this might be the right call because apparently ISO noticed something was off from Omen's and Viper's relationship.
Brimstone. Hello, sir. I've noticed something different between Omen and Viper. There's an animosity that wasn't there before. Has something changed? I'm uncertain. But I wanted you to know, maybe there's something you can do.
If the newest member of the protocol can sense something is wrong between the two, then I'm sure others did as well. We already covered why Omen and Viper are beefing in my previous lore video. You can check it out after watching this if you want to catch up. But TDLW, Omen is upset at Viper for hiding his past secrets from him. You see, Omen was an assassin hired to take out Viper, but Viper is also responsible for turning him into the being that we know of him today. Again, you can watch my previous lore video if you want to know more about that and how Omen actually replies, because the voice acting is superb.
She knew who I was this whole time. She knew so much more than me. Why didn't she tell me? Why couldn't she help? Does she think that I'm some kind of monster?
I also wonder who else knows about Omen's past life before the incident. Surely Brim would have been given intel from Viper, right? Nonetheless, sometimes it's a good idea to remove yourself from a situation that's causing you a lot of anger and frustration, so you can gather your thoughts correctly instead of act out based on emotions. Chamber also sent an email talking about the Outlaw. As a weapons designer himself, who once worked for Kingdom, he likes the over-under layout, which is just his way of saying the gun barrels are stacked vertically up and down rather than horizontally side to side. We also know it was this company, Bulwark, that had a hand in making this weapon instead of the Scions of Hourglass. They may sound familiar because there is a player card titled Bulwark Armory with a picture of the judge. So for the many players who have been terrorized by it and the Outlaw, you can blame this company for that. But because of Cypher's voicemails, we know that Omen is still on the search to know about his past as a hired hand for the Scions of Hourglass, which led him to Scotland. I wonder if Agent 25 has any connections to them as well. I'm going to assume that they will be a girl since Riot's previous agent was ISO, but they have released 2 females and 2 males in a row before. It would be funny if the next agent is some like buff dude like Breach who dances with butterflies. That would give me major Total IOE vibes. He's a muscular side character in a show called Jujutsu Kaisen, and he loves idol music too. But to get back on the topic, I googled Scottish butterflies, and I'm not gonna lie, lots of them look like moths to me. However, that made me think, what's the difference between a moth and a butterfly anyways? They both start off like caterpillars and wrap themselves up to undergo a metamorphosis. I always thought it was a color thing where butterflies are more bright and moths aren't, but there are other differences, like moths are just hairier and thicker than most butterflies, as well as moths being nocturnal, while butterflies are diurnal, which just means they're more of a morning person. I'm guessing the agent's personality would be similar to Gecko and Ray's in the sense that they are social and outgoing. I mean, there's a reason why people call those types of individuals social butterflies. Regardless, butterflies and moths have similar symbolism of change, death, rebirth, and following one's intuition, which could mean a lot of things for our next agents. Maybe their smokes change over time, or have abilities that allow players to use their intuition more. Regardless, I can't wait to play them and see their lore. Let me know down below if there's anything that I missed or theories you want to share. But till then, stay safe and I'll see you in the next video here.